This is the story about...
I want to do it too.
Okay, 1, 2.
This is Precious Lives.
Stories about kids,
Teens.
guns,
and how we end the violence.
Bye-bye.
Because we are precious.
The Precious Lives Partnership was really a unique approach to tackling one of Milwaukee's biggest, deepest, longest running problems, which is gun violence, particularly as it relates to youth.
While we were reporting during this first year of 2015, we saw one of the highest homicide totals the city of Milwaukee has seen since the early 90s. There are 146 homicide victims. We did have 3 really striking examples of children being killed by gunfire by strangers that really shook the community.
Mass shootings always get a lot of attention, but the problem is that there are homicides happening all the time, and we've sort of normalized it.
We think this is really an innovative approach because if any one organization or entity wanted to tackle this in this day of declining resources in newsrooms and elsewhere, it would be very hard to sustain.
Through a variety of platforms with media companies that maybe traditionally would be a little bit more competitive with one another, we're working together, we're sharing ideas, resources, and sources to try to build the most comprehensive conversation about this issue in the country.
Having someone like Ashley on the Journal Sentinel who is doing the sort of more hard news reporting day to day, that allows me to take what I'm doing in terms of showing these characters and really ground their personal experiences in those kind of hard news facts.
We worked on a story about Minneapolis's comprehensive plan for youth violence prevention. Ashley did a lot of reporting. She went to Minneapolis. She conducted her interviews to write a print piece. It was a solution story where we decided to go to another city to see what this city was doing about gun violence. Not only did we have a print piece in the Journal Sentinel, I had a companion radio piece that aired.
There's been a lot of talk for a very long time here in Milwaukee about putting together a citywide plan to help whether it's addressing youth gun violence, whether it's addressing gun violence broadly. And there's been all this discussion. Well, it seems like it's finally starting to happen now. And I think that having a consistent focus on this issue is making stakeholders respond to it.
Through the series, I've gotten a chance to sit in the living rooms of mothers who have lost children, go on walks around the block with grandmas.
You should tell the story. The neighborhood has not gone back to where it was, when we first talked. It's been a big change.
One of the positive things of Precious Lives is that it has raised the awareness of people who may have thought that they weren't connected at all to the gun violence issue. It's made them realize that it's everybody's problem and you don't escape it simply by moving out of a neighborhood.
And it's a chance to bring people together in a segregated city to talk about something kind of all at the same time.
Grab a couple calls here, 444-525.
Of course, WNOV is a Black radio station. WUWM, I think like a lot of public media, is serving a predominantly white audience.
We haven't talked about our website, which I think also has captured an audience that may not listen to the radio, and they have another sensory perception that is activated through these stories that are told on social media.
When you put that power together and say we've got a team doing radio, we've got other reporters from the Center for Investigative Journalism, and we've got the 371 Productions doing pieces, it amplifies what we can do in our newsroom.
When you're talking about a problem that's so complex and a problem that really touches on a lot of different systems, to have as many hands on deck as possible is really key. And to have as many different styles of reporting kind of playing off of each other really helps to make our coverage of this issue more holistic and more of a 360 view of what's going on.